Hi, I'm Sierra.
I'm Erin,
and we're the Cactus Clean Queens,
the channel where we clean houses for free and
we'll work for bread.
we'll work for homemade bread. Delicious. So what are we doing here today, Sierra?
Okay, so this one was a backyard clean. Lots of rocks because we're in Arizona. So they get kicked onto the patio. Really nice, large patio too. So the kids have lots of room for their wheeled toys and stuff, but can't really use them when it's covered in rocks. So helping get that cleared away, and then lots of the weed pulling. We had an unseasonably warm, hot
It was so
spring,
hot. Yeah.
and everything popped up way sooner than expected, and
It was was it over 100?
it got to over 100 in March, which is really funny because we started going to the pool. My in-laws have a pool, and so it got so
that
hot.
1 week it was so hot.
Yeah, we took the kids, and I thought it was freezing. The kids loved it.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't like hot long enough to warm up the pool, but the kids are loving it.
One way you can tell someone is not from Arizona is when they go swimming. Like, if you see someone in December swimming, they're not from Arizona. Because we do not swim unless it's over 100 degrees out.
Which I acclimated to so quickly. We used to come visit in Arizona around February.
Oh, you're swimming in February?
And we would
not from Arizona.
We were so excited to go swimming. And because my mom, wherever they lived, usually had a pool. And my mom and my siblings would be like, you guys are crazy. It's so cold. And we're like sunbathing and swimming. We're like, this is amazing.
No, it's too cold.
We came from freezing and snow.
Yeah. No,
but yeah, it was like 1 year of living here, and it was like, nope, if it's under 100, it's
I remember one time when me and my husband were first married and we were living in an apartment complex and they had a pool, and I'm like walking by, it's December, and someone's swimming in it, and I'm like, hey, where are you from? And they're like, Alaska. And I'm like,
yeah,
that tracks. That tracks, because we don't go swimming because the water's too cold. We like our water warm here.
Yeah, yep. And it's the drastic change too. So if the water's like 80-90 degrees, but it's 100 degrees out, then it feels fine. But when the water's like 70 degrees still, and the weather's like 90 degrees, like for some reason
that's so much. Yeah, you're like
yeah, getting out. So we definitely utilized water to keep us cool.
Yeah, so we have we like sprayed ourselves with water.
Yeah.
You had little like scarves that we put water on.
Yeah, so that was when we moved down here too. That was another gift my mom had gotten us in preparation, was like water scarves, and she got us some of those beaded ones too.
Oh, okay.
Like you soak them in water, because we were working out in our yard a lot, and huge lifesaver just having that little bit of water on you. So yeah, I brought a couple of those, but then just a couple times like completely soaking my shirt.
Yeah. With the hose. It was really nice because she extended her patio and then added a cover over it. Basically, half of her entire backyard is covered. First off, I was like, we gotta hurry and do it before it gets too hot. And second, it was like, I know her patio is covered and it will be heavy duty metal cover that like blocks the sun, and so it won't be as hot.
Yeah, way more manageable.
Mm-hmm.
She does some gardening. We were finding some
rogue dill.
Rogue dill. Volunteer dill. We're like pulling the weeds, and then all of a sudden it's like, it smells really good.
I know, yeah. This
smells like pickles.
Yeah. Oh wait, this is dill. Yeah.
Dill.
Yeah, because we call it chaos gardening.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, so she'll just like dump seeds in her garden or whatever, and I think some of them blew across the yard, and so we're finding small dill plants.
Yeah, and who knows what else?
Yeah, I know. We were probably picking up lettuce or chard or something. And she was like, hey, you can just take it home.
Yeah, take the dill home. Yeah. That was so funny.
Sierra, you're a big deal.
I'm a big deal.
This clean was a big deal. Yeah. It was so fun.
And so yeah, that was kind of cool. But yeah, just getting that kind of cleaned up, looking nice for them. So yeah, just helping them get that cleared out and getting that patio cleaned up so the kids could utilize it more. Getting the back door all scrubbed down.
So her one son is autistic, and one of his things he really likes to do is dump water back and forth between cups. Or if there's no water, he likes to do rocks or like pebbles or small beads or something where he pours it back and forth between cups. So that's sort of why the entire patio is covered in rocks, is because he's pouring back and forth.
Yes.
Because that's his like thing. And then he loves to swing. There's a swing out there, and so he'll take food out there. So there was a lot of like food and food wrappers. And so yeah, the back door is like real gooby because their little kids are touching it. and with our gooby
peanut butter
jelly hands. Yeah. And no one talks about this, especially in Arizona, because of the way backyards are set up, because everyone has a cinder block wall. Mm-hmm. Everyone. If you're living in anywhere in the valley, you have a cinder block wall with a yard. That's what you got. You don't have we don't have big sprawling yards here. Basically, the backyard is almost like another room that you have to keep track of. You know what I mean? And for like busy moms, that's hard. My backyard is a mess all the time because it's like another room I have to clean and I just don't get to it because it's outside.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what this was. It's another room that her kids use that gets messy and that she has to keep clean, and that's hard to get to.
Yes. Yeah. Especially when it starts to get hotter. I always kind of fall into that, like, we're out and about when it's nice out, but like not necessarily taking the time to clean it up. And just falling into that, like, I'll just do it later. And then it gets, especially this year with it getting so hot so quick. It's so like, quick. You don't want to step out there at all, especially to do the work and everything. So
yeah, and you can't leave anything out in the sun. It disintegrates.
Oh, yeah.
It completely disintegrates.
That was a lot of her toys. She was like, you can just toss it.
Yeah, because
just
toys because they're like,
tables.
They're bleached and any kind of plastic, it just turns into dust. Like, we have a trampoline in our yard. And it had all the plastic, like the plastic has like a net. So the net and then the plastic cover for the springs, that has all disintegrated. Like you touch it and it like comes apart.
Yeah.
And so like all the straps that hold the net on and all. And so it's like, because we have turf, we don't have grass. I got these sandbags that you put so we don't have to stab into our turf. But those have disintegrated. So it's like I can't pick them up. They'll just fall apart. The plastic just falls apart. You got to be real careful of what you leave in your yard. My kids will like leave clothes. I'm like, you cannot leave clothes. It's ruined. Or towels. It's like they're ruined. You cannot leave them.
Yeah, and all the toys and everything. Yeah, we had some of those sandbags for a greenhouse that we had. I didn't really consider those because I figured they're like meant to be outside.
No,
and then like after a year or two, that plastic around it just completely disintegrated. But now it's made little like sand baths for our chickens.
I know. We have well, now I have sand all over our turf because it's busted open and anyway.
Yeah, so much that just gets completely destroyed. I've been wanting to do an over the patio cover for our backyard.
How she has that where she has this.
Yeah, but I didn't consider something like that. I had just in my head like an extension of the house. And so then we were thinking like we're going to need to get permits from the city and we have to have permission from the HOA because it's above the fence line.
So most neighborhoods in Arizona have HOAs. Never look at your neighbor and say, oh, they have it.
I can do it.
Don't do that because either they just haven't been caught yet or they're getting a bunch of fines. Yeah, because I had a friend who built like a barn in her backyard and she's like, I was looking around my neighbors and this one neighbor has this thing and this one neighbor has this thing because there's just fence rules. Like you can't have things over the fence or whatever.
If you can see it over that wall.
If you can see it over the wall, then, and it depends on the HOA, but if you can see it over the wall, it usually can't. And so she built like this barn and then she got so many fines and she was you can get liens on your house.
Oh,
like you gotta be careful or else.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I had to help her figure out what the rules were and submit the paperwork so that she get approved. And then I don't know what happened to it. She ended up selling that house. I'm like, I don't know what she did.
Yeah, we did a pergola in the back corner of our yard, and at the time it was you have to submit your plans to the architectural committee for the HOA.
And who knows who they are and what they're doing.
And they have, I think it's like 45 days. At least this is what ours had said. They have 45 days to respond. And if you don't get a response, then you can continue on with your plans. If you do get a response and that's like a rejection or you have to make improvements or whatever. And at that time, we were like not having any responses from the HOA, like any emails that we would send, any questions that we had. And so we sent it in and we didn't get anything. And so we were like, okay, 45 days later, didn't hear anything. And so we went ahead and did it. And then they started building the rest of the neighborhood a couple years later. And then we started getting letters that were like,
did you have to take it down?
This was not approved or whatever. No.
Like, no. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But we were like, no, we didn't.
You never got,
Yeah, no, Matt is really great. My husband is really great about doing all the rules and everything, and so he like, I think he like highlighted that section.
And so like, you didn't get
and
back to
it
us.
was like, this is what happened and everything, and so we didn't hear any more after that. Yeah, they were just kind of MIA for a while, and then to come back and be like, hey, what's going on here? And it was like, well, it's not our fault. You
didn't follow your own rules.
Yeah.
I don't know. My brother-in-law, he lived in another neighborhood in our city, and it was like, he just got picked on all the time by the HOA. It was like, and then it was like, you need to plant this tree. Okay, but if I plant it now, it'll die.
Mm-hmm,
so I can't plant it now. I have to wait. Okay, but you can't. You have to plant. So he planted a tree, and then it would die. And then they'd be like, you have a dead tree in your yard.
You have to get it out.
So he was like, no, and he moved to a different city. Not all the cities have HOAs, but he did end up moving to a city with no HOA, so he wouldn't have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like a double-edged sword. It does provide really nice parks and amenities for the neighborhood, and kind of ensures that the neighborhood is nice, but then sometimes people it just
gets crazy sometimes.
They get crazy.
That's what I heard a lot for when our neighborhood continued building. A bunch of people started getting picked on, and so many of it was like, but this was here when I bought the house.
Right.
Or, it was like previous owners or whatever. And so, yeah, it was just like so much ridiculous. And even though we live in a desert, our specific HOA, and I know several others in our city, have regulations on how many plants you have to have.
Yeah.
Not just that you can have, but you have to have in
and
your
the builders
front yard
put in
fewer plants. Yeah. And so like the new builds would be like, I can't remember what it is. I think it's like you have to have 6 plants in one tree.
Yeah,
like 6 bushes in one tree. But the builders are only putting in like 4 bushes.
I feel like for our house, because we built our house and they put in whether they all lived is a different story, but they put in what the HOA said that they had to put in.
Yeah.
I think part of it is you'll get an HOA person who's running it who's very like, whatever, as long as you're paying and we will, whatever. Or you'll get someone who's really stickler and they'll go around and be like,
Yeah. Well,
you need to pay. You have too many weeds. You have too many this. You have too many this. Yeah.
My theory is because they weren't in development for so long, it kind of got laxed. And then when they did start building again,
they're like, oh, we need to have.
Yeah, they were like, oh, we're going to have model homes again, and people are going to be driving through the neighborhood, and we have to have everything pristine. And so, yeah, then we started getting more notices, like our garbage cans were out a day over when the garbage had got. Got a picture and a note in the mail. So, like, it came a week later from when the issue happened, but it was like, okay, thank you. Like,
has it calmed down since?
Yeah, I feel like it has, since it's closer to being finished.
Yeah,
and most of the lots are sold and stuff. But it's so part of that, again, I feel like my theory is because it's currently a builder owned HOA. And so it's not even the homeowners that are in charge of the HOA.
Oh, okay.
It's not until the neighborhood gets, I think, like 80%
then they
completed
pass it off,
that it passes over to the homeowners. So I'm a lot more excited for that because I feel like all the complaints in the neighborhood about the HOA are pretty similar. So I feel like everybody's kind of on the same page of like, simmer down.
Yeah, like maybe. But you'll get the one Karen who gets in there. And not all of the places in Arizona have HOAs. You can definitely tell which ones do and which ones don't. It's like a marked difference. Like the really nice neighborhoods that are very manicured, they have HOAs. The ones that are kind of like, there's a weird extension on the back of this that doesn't look right. That's probably
it's a lean-to,
or it's a weird color, like and it doesn't match. Yeah, it's like, oh, well, probably not
HOA. Which is it's really tricky. We ran into a lot of that when looking for a house down here because we did not want an HOA because I just heard horror stories about you leave your trash cans out a day over or you have one weed growing and you get fined, and ours has really not been that bad, which we've been very grateful for, but we were trying to avoid that, but it was like, but anywhere that's not an HOA is like an extra 20 plus minutes
from anywhere
from anything. And so it was really tricky because so many people are like, well, if you're going to complain about being in an HOA, then just don't live in one. And it's like,
well, sometimes you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Hot take. They're not inherently bad. I think they do keep the neighborhoods nice. It's kind of a double-edged sword. It's like, you can't harass people for having weeds or whatever. You can't harass people. But at the same time, like, clean up your yard. It makes, you live in a community, but it just depends on what you want. If you want the freedom, then don't. you know, if you like the sort of manicured look and you want things to be, you know, a certain way and nice, you know.
Yeah. And they vary so much. Again, like some of them are like super strict.
Yeah.
And everything about what can or can't happen. And there's others that are like, we just want it to look nice.
Yeah, but you like, do it. Just don't be crazy. But like, yeah. We want it to look nice, just don't be crazy. And then some people are super stickler for like, oh, you have this specific light you can't, or you have a weed in your yard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just some other cool like
we found dead lizards.
Dead petrified lizards. Mummified. And that's always Arizona is kind of crazy for that, having like, because it's so dry out here, we'll get that in our yard of like the birds, the baby birds,
and they'll be like all dried and
like dry,
like mummified birds. Yeah, I think her lizards are because they have a cat. That's an outdoor cat. What cats do is they'll catch lizards and then leave the body on your doorstep. You know, like people in other places where it'll be like a dead mouse. They leave you a dead mouse. Here it's dead lizards or birds. Yes. One of those two. But usually it'll be like the birds and the head's chewed off. It would be just like the body, or it'll be a lizard and its tail's chewed off.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about. Yeah, I didn't realize they had a cat, because that's our neighbor. She hates lizards, but her cat will bring them in occasionally.
Yeah.
She calls me and we send my little 8-year-old, 9-year-old over, and she's so funny because she's like, my 9-year-old, she catches everything.
Oh yeah.
And so she's caught one of every kind of lizard that we have. We have desert spinies, we have western fence lizards, also known as bluebellies, we have whiptails. And
it's because she catches them that Sierra knows all the species. It's because her daughter catches them.
We look it up and look what type they are. Oddly enough, we don't get any geckos in our yard.
Do we have geckos here?
My in-laws, just in the next neighborhood, they have a ton in their little outside porch area and off their front door. So we'll go. I think we've counted like 7 up there one time. But it's like, it's so interesting that like we'll see them over there. We've seen them. I'm trying to remember where else we've seen them in like other neighborhoods, but not in ours, which I think is so interesting. So when our neighbor calls and is like, our cat brought in another lizard, and so then my 9-year-old will be like, is it a whiptail? Is it a desert spiny? Is it a... And she's like, I don't know, I closed the door. And like,
I'm out in the backyard. I can't go in my house until you get it.
She'll be like, sometimes I like brought it into her bathroom. She like didn't step in there all day. She needs the other bathroom.
Was it dead though?
Yeah, like sometimes they're on the brink of life. Her daughter will sometimes grab it and take it out, because I think it's actually like the daughter's cat that brings them in. If it's still alive, she'll take it out, but then typically I think the cat just catches it again and then brings it. We'll just put it somewhere else. So then the mom's like, just get it out of the house.
That's so funny. One time my dog, so I have 2 little chihuahuas. They came in and my one was holding something in its mouth. It was really big too. It was like dragging it. And I'm like, what the heck? And so it went into its little kennel thing. And I'm like, do you have a bird? And I look and it had a duck. Like a dead duck.
What?
Yeah. And it was like half its body size. So it's like I'm trying to show you through my body movement what I'm doing, but you can't see. But it brought in a whole dead duck. And then I'm like, so like grab it by its like scaly foot, and I'm like holding it, and it's like, this is like 11 at night, so everyone's like asleep, and I'm like screaming, and my husband's like dead asleep in the other room, and I'm like, what? I didn't know what to do with it, and I'm just holding this like 5 pound. It's like, was heavy. I'm like, how did you get this in? It isn't your size. So I'm like holding it, and I'm like, screaming at my kids, and they're like, what, Mom? I'm like, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's a duck. Oh man. And this is the only time. And then like later, it's like sometimes later they found a bird and they chewed off its head and were eating it, and they brought it inside. So I had
feathers.
Viscera. No, it wasn't even just feathers. It was like bones and blood and organs like all over the living room carpet. Oh, it was the worst. I think crazy. It had, and I don't think they caught it. I think it was like sick or
I was gonna say, we haven't had ducks in our yard, but we get a lot of the other like doves or pigeons.
Yeah.
We've had them before where they like fly into a window and it
they
leaves
get
like
stung.
an imprint.
Yeah, Yeah.
And then the dogs will get them. We also, I think this is kind of cool, but we have hawks, tons of hawks.
Oh, yeah.
And like vultures around all the time. And so we've had sometimes where it'll just be this pool of feathers in the yard. And then like maybe some residue or whatever, but it's like
it was eaten.
Clearly something came, and maybe cats get them too, I don't know, but very little is usually left behind, so I feel like it's like a hawk or something that comes in, like takes it off. But yeah, especially in the summer we get a lot, and I think it's because they get like heat stroke essentially,
and they're like again poof and they die.
Yeah,
because we have a lot of mourning doves here, and they're so stupid. We have ones that have made a nest on our garage door motor. We come in the garage and they'll be freaking out because because we like open the garage and we're in there. They'll go out and then we'll drive home and they'll be like waiting for us to open the garage door so they can get back to their nest. And I'm like, you guys are just so stupid. The mourning doves are just really stupid. I had a friend who had a mourning dove that tried to build a nest on her windshield wipers on her car.
Oh my god.
And she's like, I use this car every day, and every day
she like
and the next day, you know, like over the weekend it would build its nest again in the same spot. And she's like, I use my car. Like, so I don't know. So we're just live and let live, I guess. What else do we see? I feel like in this clean in particular, I feel like we saw a lot of crickets. We saw some cockroaches in the backyard. Ants. There were ants.
Anthills, yeah.
Anthills, yeah.
Which the ants in Arizona
are mean.
They're tiny. So the first time I ever experienced this, we were when we moved in with my family when we first moved down here, and we just went to one of the green areas by their house, and I had taken my shoes off to walk in the grass and felt like some weird pinching.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at my foot and I'm like, okay, well there's like these itty bitty ants that are like smaller than the tip of a grain of rice.
Yeah.
So tiny. So
but they
like,
hurt.
It's not them. And couldn't figure it out because I was like, I'm expecting like big old like fire ants or something with big old pincers and stuff. And then I end up with these welts that are like huge, way bigger than the ants themselves. And I was so confused. Come to find out, it's these little, I don't know, the crazy ants or what they're called.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're ridiculous. And so now I was never afraid of ants before.
And now you are. Yeah.
Live in harmony with them, and now I can't stand them.
I feel like when I grew up in Utah, I feel like the ants were just black ants. They just crawl on you and they did no harm.
Yeah.
Then you come here and they will bite the crap out of you.
Yeah.
To like, and also like crickets too. Like, not that they bite, but crickets are really annoying. Like in other places, you know, it's like summertime, the sun is setting, and it's like crick, 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 crick. You know, it's like a cute little cricket noise. But in Arizona, they are like maniacs. They're like, they're so annoying. So if you get one in your house you can't find, you won't sleep because they'll just cricket all night. And they're like so obnoxious. You're just like, oh, but if you go anywhere else, it's like a cute little cricket. You know, you have the little fireflies and the cricket noise and the
sleep to
no, here they are annoying. You cannot. They're like aggressively cricketing.
So true. But it's funny if you do get them inside, because like if you get close to it, then they stop. Like you can't ever pinpoint it or find it.
I know. And then it like the noise just bounces, and so you just can't. You can't anyway.
Yes.
They're the worst. Yeah. So we sort of cleared off the patio. We swept all the rocks back.
Mm-hmm. Sprayed off some of the furniture.
Yeah. Cleaned up some of the furniture. We sprayed. There was so much. It was hard to get all the rocks off, but we ended up getting it. This clean was so fun. I really like doing this. I'm like, I should do more. I don't want to do it for myself, but I don't mind doing it for others.
Yard work, but yeah.
But towards the end, I was like exhausted. And
yeah,
I was like, I had like a mental wall where I was like, I don't want to pick up any more weeds.
And then I think we went home and slept for like 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to see anybody.
Exhausting day.
It was really exhausting. It was really fun, but it was like, we're just sitting there in the dirt talking and like pulling weeds. Well, and it was like, some of the weeds are really easy. They come up really easy. And some of them are like, I don't know, hold on for dear life.
Super glue to the dirt. Like, it is so crazy to me, the difference. I know, it feels so good when they're the easy ones and you're just like, ripping it up, and you're like feeling so accomplished, and then you like get to one that's like holding on for dear life.
You're like, no, and then it pops off, and you're like, dang it, that root's still there.
Still there, yes.
What did you suggest to her for the bugs?
Oh, diatomaceous earth. And so that's what we discovered through another friend. It's a very fine powder, almost like powdered sugar, but it's crushed diatoms. So kind of like seashells essentially, but it's ground really fine. But what happens is it's super sharp. If you put down a light layer wherever the bugs are, anything with an exoskeleton, so ants, spiders, scorpions, whenever they walk across it, it will cut their exoskeleton. And so then they essentially dehydrate because it's exposing them to the extremities and stuff. Or that's not the right word. the elements. Yeah. But it's kind of tricky because it has to stay dry. So if you're putting it out in your yard, but you water or it rains, then you have to do another application. But I have found that I really only need to apply it, we'll do it around the outside of the house and the windowsills and stuff, but I only need to apply it every few months, and then it does pretty okay. I really like the diatomaceous earth because it's non-toxic. Right. It's crushed
seashells
essentially.
Yeah,
so it's you can I don't have to worry about where I'm putting it or anything like that. And it's fairly cheap. I think I got a 5-gallon bucket of it for $20, $30 off of Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna last us a long time.
We get ants in our driveway in between because we have a cobblestone kind of driveway thing, and we get ants in the cobblestone. I don't think you're supposed to, but the builders, I don't know, didn't do a good enough job sealing it. Gotcha. But yeah, so that might be good for the front. But we also pay someone to come. That's very common in Arizona to have a bug guy. Control. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they come and they spray inside and outside. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially for I think black widows and scorpions are the biggest things. Mm-hmm. We had a bunch of black widows when we first moved in, so we did a pest control company for the first year. And that first initial spray, it was crazy. We went outside and we found 5 black widows in the backyard. But we haven't had any we've had very few scorpions. We've had a few in the house, but none in the backyard, which really surprises me because we have so much lush greenery. So we have tons of bugs and the lizards and stuff. But anytime we've taken a black bite out there, no scorpions. Never found a scorpion out there.
Yeah, it's weird. It's either you'll be infested or you'll never see them. I've lived here 30 years, and it's I can count on one hand the amount of times I've seen a scorpion in the wild.
Yeah.
In someone's house, in a building. I grew up here, and I've never had them in my house. Mm-hmm. Growing up, we had crickets all the time that would get somewhere in our bathroom, and it would cricket all night, and we couldn't sleep. We get that, but no, I've never had. Rattlesnakes too is one of those things where I've lived here 30 years. I've never seen a rattlesnake in the wild. I've seen it in the zoo. I've seen it in a reptile show, but I've never seen a diamondback rattler in someone's house. But I know people who've we found one in our garage or whatever, but I've never seen one.
I was so worried when we moved into this specific house because we're so close to the reservation area. So it's just open land. Mm-hmm. And so I thought for sure we'd be getting all kinds of pests and stuff, and I haven't seen any rattlesnakes. We also live right by a wash in the community, and so that was another, I was there's gonna be tons of open area, and it does have lots of holes in the wash, but we also see lots of little of the ground squirrels and stuff.
Oh yeah,
so that's just what I've assumed it is, or the bunnies and stuff. But the other day I was walking and I spooked myself. Mm-hmm. And so we're walking over to the park, and I see one of these holes, and it's covered in feathers.
Uh-oh.
And there's feathers all around it, and then going down into the hole. And I was like, that's not a bunny hole.
Oh no, a very carnivorous bunny.
So now I'm kind of spooked. We've been here 6 years, and I brushed off all my worry about it because I was never had any issues, and then saw that a couple weeks ago, and now I'm all crap.
Anyway, what else about this clean was difficult? Rogue dill. We had rogue dill. We already talked about that. Yeah. It was difficult but fun.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Good. It was really productive.
She made us homemade bread.
Yes.
We will, as we said at the beginning of this video, we will work for homemade bread.
Absolutely.
It was delicious. We had it with butter and honey.
So good.
And we took some loaves home. It was really good.
But I think the hardest thing was just how hot it was for that time of year.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been so hot.
No.
But we make sure, I brought water. A lot of it, too, is not even about drinking water. It's about electrolytes.
Yes.
So, like, bringing, like, a Gatorade or... Because I feel like water doesn't hydrate. I don't know. I could drink water all day and I will still feel thirsty. But if I have, like, an electrolyte... Or, like, my hands will start swelling. But if I have something with potassium, then... Or some sort of electrolyte, then I feel like it replaces. So you're just sort of washing out the salts anyway when you just drink water.
Because it's so dry out here, what I've noticed is, like, you're sweating, but you don't really even notice it because it just, like, instantly evaporates.
Oh, yeah. Or you just don't stop sweating because you don't have any more juice.
Yeah. And so, like, you don't recognize how much you're being depleted.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like...
Because it is really dry.
Yeah, having to hydrate. And so, for me, I'm actually not one that really sweats anyway. When we go somewhere that's really humid and I start, like, beating up, my husband will be like, what is that? What's happening? I'm like, oh, man, I'm actually sweating. Whereas my husband just sweats all the time. And so, but out here, he gets these rings on his shirt from the salt. Like, from his body sweating and it drying so quickly. That it just leaves, like, these salt rings on his shirt. I don't think you even tend to realize how much you're losing, especially in, like, the electrolytes and everything in your body. And so, yeah, making sure to keep up on that is crucial. I've given myself heat stroke a couple times.
For me, it's like the next day I'll be sick. Mm-hmm. Like, it feels like you have a fever, almost like a cold. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, well, I think I was just out too much the day before, you know? At least for me, it feels like that.
The scary thing about, like, the heat, I don't know if it was quite heat stroke or heat exhaustion or what exactly.
Some sort of, like, heat-related sort of flu you get.
Yeah. Well, and for me, mine was like, okay, so one time I'm working out in the front yard and I would wet my shirt, but I was, like, getting so close to the end. I should have gone in and wet my shirt, but I was like, oh, I just have a few more minutes. But it was actually, like, another 30 minutes. In my mind, I was fine and I was coherent and I was making sense. But I went inside and my husband started freaking out and he was like, you're not okay. And I was like, I'm fine. I just need to take a nice cold shower, which is weird because I hate cold showers. It's like, I was so hot at that point that I was like, that would feel so good. He started recording me and he was like, I just needed to talk. Like, tell me what you were doing and all this stuff. We go back and watch it and I look drunk. Like, really? I am slurring my words. I'm like, I'm just so fine. Just look great. Okay. It's just doing the bushes, like, chopping. It was weed. It was like, and I then, like, so then the next day, like, recovering and whatever and watching that back, and I was like, oh, that's really terrifying because I felt fine. I was like, in my
I was just doing just fine. Okay.
It was like watching it back. I was like, yeah, I couldn't remember a couple words, but like that always happens to me. But like watching it, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
like,
no.
No wonder my husband was freaking. Like, I thought he was so over.
And she's alive, so that's good.
I'm still alive. And I haven't learned my lesson.
That's why I just never go outside. Also, you can tell someone who's not from Arizona because they go outside.
Anybody who's spending time outside
is not from here. We just gotta, we're Arizonans are gophers. We like to be in our cold, dark holes. We do not. Some people are like, oh, it's so unfriendly. You know, because like in other places you can sit on your porch, talk to your neighbors. Yep. You don't do that. First of all, there's no porches.
Nope.
We don't build houses with porches.
Very minimal.
And we have, very minimal front yards. We also have cinder block backyards that are like 12 feet high. You can't see over them anyway. And it's too hot to be outside. So we're just in our dark holes.
Yep.
So you have to be more active in how you're being social.
Yes.
You actually have to make plans. Otherwise, you can't just happen upon someone usually.
Nope. Yeah. Yeah. When we moved from Idaho, like we had some houses had chain link fences. And then some had none at all.
Yeah.
But it was like, regardless, you're like,
you can talk through the fence, like, oh,
board
hey.
Fences, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, you take a walk and it's like, oh, you see somebody working in their yard and you can say hi. Yeah. Or Like, I remember waving to somebody and my neighbor was like, oh, who's that? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, it's very friendly. But yeah, here it's like...
It's not that we're not friendly. It's just you have to be more...
enclosed.
Yeah, we're just a little more enclosed.
Yeah.
And a lot of like the houses that were made in like the 80s and 90s, the front door will be in the back of the house. I don't know who designed it and thought this was a great design, but it's like the garage, and then you have to walk on the side of the garage to like the back of the house. It makes trick-or-treating terrible. Because you have to walk through like their yard to the back of the house, their side yard to the front door, which is in the back of the house.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. But they've sort of like gone away from that trend, but definitely in the 90s it was a lot of houses like that, and it's like so stupid.
It is. It's really so stupid. And it's really funny. I've noticed some of the houses that I've seen like that. And it's weird to me because it's like you can't really do a video door. Like you can have a video doorbell, and that helps when people come.
Well, you have to put on your garage.
Like, yeah, but then you can actually like. I prefer having them so I can like see all the way to the street of like somebody who's driving up or parking or whatever. But like yeah, a lot of these where it's like the door is facing just the neighbor's house.
Yeah, the front door is on the side of the house facing the neighbor's house.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's so stupid, and garages are ugly. Just so ugly. They're ugly. They're like ugly storage units, and like all the houses in Arizona are like garage prominent.
Yes.
Unless you live in a rich people neighborhood where you have like
actually have a driveway
and have a driveway that goes like around.
Like,
yeah. Like you got like money. You can hide your garage. Yeah. It's like, or some of the older homes, like the homes from the 70s, which are cinder block houses. They don't even have garages. They'll just have carports. Yeah. Those are like even older. It's like, let's put the garage right in the front of the house. I don't know. It's just so ugly anyway. This was really fun. I really like doing this.
This was a good one. The kids were so funny.
Her kids?
Yeah.
They wanted to come outside.
There's people out there. Let's go play.
Yeah, her kids wanted to come out and talk to us so bad. And her one autistic son, who I used to babysit, he was like just at the door like wailing because he wanted to come out,
waiting for you. Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, he wanted to come out. And
so cute. So yeah, when I was doing the door, I felt really bad because they were just like staring
at
me, like
their face pressed against the glass.
Oh yeah, they were so cute. No, it was really fun. It felt very productive, and
the backyard is the room no one thinks about that needs to be cleaned.
And I was actually thinking about that the other day because there's so much that my kids take out there that I don't even realize.
And you're
like,
until
I'm out
here's
there,
this disintegrated naked Barbie doll.
Yes, doll clothes and blankets and shoes. Oh, so many shoes.
And then let's see. Yeah, we just cleaned up the patio. What do we do here? We cleaned up the patio, cleaned the rocks, pulled the weeds, put stuff back, kind of washed some things. There was just
tossed a lot of the disintegrated
garbage. Yeah, she had a big pile of weeds that she had already picked, but they were all dry. And it's like, well, we could put them in bags, but it was like, it was just dust.
Yeah, we filled the garbage. I think that was the garbage coming the next day or something.
Yeah, we filled the garbage, and we didn't have room for anything else. And
more of the weeds.
We didn't get to the side yard because we were there. How long were we there? Like 6 hours or something.
Yeah.
I was done with, but she had a whole side yard that needed weeding and stuff that had crap in it, and I was done. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do around her garden beds. She has these metal raised garden beds. We're gonna be done because I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
I think I was like really whiny at the end. Like, I don't want to do it anymore.
You saying it was so much fun. I was like, you would not know that if you were there with us. Because I was like, it's so hot. We're so tired.
Yeah. I'm a whiner.
But it was so hard when it was like, oh, but just this one area, just one more area of weeds. Okay, just a few more weeds.
It just seems like you picked up one weed, then it just seems like there was 10 more weeds to pick up, and you're like, is this ever? It just is like never ending weeds.
Yeah,
I should have brought some Roundup or something and sprayed them, the ones that we couldn't get, or like spray, because there's some of the weeds we could not get the roots.
Yeah,
it was too hard.
We used the shovel for some of them.
We did try to combat the dust. We sprayed the yard with water.
Yeah.
And also to loosen the soil, because the soil is so hard and dry. Mm-hmm. So I kind of loosen the soil, and so that when we're raking or whatever, it's not kicking up so much dust because my lungs can't handle it. Yeah, because we both have asthma, and so we kind of wetted it down. And then, but that lasted for like 30 minutes, and we'd have to wet it all down again.
Yeah.
And then it'd be like, wet it down and spray me.
And yes, exactly. Wet the ground, wet me, wet.
Wet my hat, wet with it.
Yes. Anyway. Yeah, I did remember a hat. I was very proud of myself.
Oh, yeah.
We had that day, and that came in super handy for, just some of the shade and also getting it wet and having that on my head.
We got so dirty. I was so dirty.
Yeah.
I feel like when I took a shower that night, it was like brown.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, oh, look, I got such a nice tan.
Oh.
And I, like, go and shower it all off.
You're like, dang it.
It's
just dirt.
Just dirt.
Well, I think we're kind of done. Like, share, subscribe. I feel like I don't want to have to tell you to do that stuff.
I don't think people realize how impactful it is for our channel.
Right. But I don't want to have to tell you, me personally.
Right.
Because I feel like you're a human being with free will. You can like or not like or subscribe or not subscribe.
But the more likes and comments and interactions we get, the more we can keep doing this.
Yeah.
And so that's the only reason we are trying to push that, is so that we can continue to help people with these free cleans and continue keeping our supplies in stock and everything.
We're working on a website, and we're working on a place where you can just donate, and then we can use that money to restock our supplies. We're working on it. I don't want to overpromise.
Yeah.
But we're just really slow. Cause it's like I'm having to learn how to like program and build a website and like run a business and edit videos all at once.
Yeah.
It's slow.
Yeah.
It's slower than I want it to be. I feel like I should be able to do more with the time I have, but really it's hard.
Don't shit on yourself.
What did you say? What did you say? I'm gonna have to bleep that.
Don't should on yourself.
What is should on yourself? Oh, should. Oh my gosh. I thought she said something else. I'm gonna have to bleep it. This is a family channel. It says when you upload, is it meant for kids? No, it's not for kids. But kids watch it and it be appropriate. Yes. However, what she just said. It should be appropriate for your kids to listen to it, okay?
Yes. But it's so hard to put ourselves in, like, we had this dream and this desire and this goal, and, like, we should be further along. But also, we've never done this before.
No,
like, this is all so new. So who are we to say how far along we should be?
Yeah, where's the metric for... There's no grading us.
Yep.
Give us a grade, A++ in the comments. What you think. Yeah. And come clean with us. Put us on clean. We're kind of doing this sort of like podcast style, so that if you don't want to watch, you can just listen. Yeah, we'll be your body double. That's kind of how I do it. I listen to cleaners and then I clean, and I listen to them while I clean. Yeah, so clean with us and listen to us. And if you have anything any suggestions, comments, questions, come clean with us. And
what is it?
And
like, share, subscribe.
Stay sharp. Stay sharp.
Oh, and stay sharp.
Stay sharp.
I totally forgot that one.
Oh my god.
That was a good one.
We don't know what we're doing.